the show.
Hold on, we should all be back now.
Oh, that was really nice, Scott. Thank you.
I was trying.
No,
Okay, so-
that was pretty good improv. Pretty good.
All right, everybody. So everybody can hear us again, right?
Check in. Let us
Yep,
know.
it's good.
Can everybody?
Yeah, I'm
hear?
getting. Yes,
Okay.
I'm getting the notice from Stats, who's also here, saying that we're all good to go.
Oh, good. Hey, Stats.
Okay. So we're now good again. No, we just turned off. No, we're good. We're good. No, we're good. We're good. That's why we. Okay, here's what
Is
we're
it
doing.
good?
We're just
Here's what
keeping
we're
it
doing right
interesting.
now. Here's what we're doing right now. I am buying an actual audio interface. I'm done messing around with this. Everybody, the Everyday Dad has had enough.
Oh,
so
we're live buying while we're live streaming.
we've done this
Okay.
before. We've done this.
This is
before.
what we do.
I
This is what we
mean,
do.
Good
Check
gravy.
out.
If you want to throw an EOS R on that,
Why not?
maybe send
we'll
it
just,
to
We'll just throw everything in on that. But if I remember correctly, Scott, the last time I sent you something, you broke it. I'm not throwing shade.
Wow,
I'm just
really?
saying.
Yeah, you did that freezing
Wow.
thing. Yeah, the
You're
GoPro didn't make it.
100% right now.
That's right. We still have it.
Yeah, you're right. It
It's like-
did. I walked into. Do you really?
Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah,
we
no,
have
that's
it.
different. That's a
Nuh-uh.
different one.
No, it wasn't. It was?
Yeah, we don't have that one
No,
anymore.
I'm pretty sure we do because it came back in a box and it has your name on it. And then there was like an apology note in there.
No, there was, and I didn't feel it's
want-
fine. I'm just messing with Scott, but
Do you
Okay.
want this one?
no, you can keep it. Look, I've got.
Oh gosh.
If we're playing. Look, I have too many action cameras as it is.
Dude,
I have too many.
what's that one right there in the front with the nice screen on the
This?
back?
This is the Osmo Action.
Left
Th-
hand middle finger.
This is the Yi Light, which I'm emotionally attached to. The GoPro Hero 7 Black and the GoPro Hero 8 Black.
Okay, so I have the Max for like the first time ever. I've never ever had a thing, and so I'm going to be putting out. This is not a plug because I'm not even remotely close to filming this. Is the idea is like basically like GoPro for dummies because I've never ever used a GoPro and I'm just not using it to its full potential. I'm going to say it.
The Max.
I don't know what to do with the 360.
But so I had the Max for a while, and I had it on loan, and I really liked it. Like the Max, it's got the best stabilization of any GoPro I've ever seen. If you do it in the, what's the mode called? It's called Hero mode, where it like does the one camera. It looks so good. I was really, really impressed by it when I had it.
See, that's the thing is like I was trying it in Hero mode and then I was trying it in 360 mode. So Stats and I had to do a Home Depot run earlier. I had to get a drop ceiling. Don't ask. And then so I just basically right in the Jeep and just drove down the road. And all these people are like, it's just like a regular Saturday run to Home Depot. Why is this dude filming this? This is weird. And hey, I basically did it to show that it's waterproof because it was pouring down where we were at the time. And took it like a champ and still worked. So
That's the one thing GoPros always had. Hold on, we got a couple of Brad Fogel, $4.99. You did it. Yippee Audio is working. Just a pretty big lag from Scott Ends. I'm not sure that that's Scott's fault. I think that's a little bit of our fault because the Mac is alternating between the Ethernet connection we're using and the Wi-Fi connection, and when it's like does the switch, I don't know, some kind of technical thing. And then Daniel Baldry, $20. Hey, Wonder Wife, the Everyday Dad, and technically speaking, some of my absolute favorite peeps in the world. Love watching you guys here in Australia and supporting your shows. Well, thanks so much, Daniel. We really appreciate it. Daniel is an awesome dude.
awesome.
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Daniel is
100%.
One of our favorite
awesome
Aussies.
dude. So I see Will Chris and Bill Utah. Thanks for joining us. Paul Feinberg, Ozarks Back Road. Thanks. Yeah. If anybody has any questions for Scott, or something that you'd like to ask him about how awesome it is to be from Ohio, because it is amazing.
All the best people I know.
Here, hand me the
This? Wardrobe switch.
the backup hat. If we remember last week when Can't Make Up Her Mind over here decided to steal my hat, we had a backup
I'm just
hat.
a woman of many names.
So Scott, you recently started live streaming again, and if you guys would like to catch up on his live stream, which is also a good time, where can they find you?
So it's youtube.com/technically speaking. We are Wednesdays, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can find me on my socials at Scott Peach on Twitter, at the Scott Peach on Instagram. I'm all over those things talking about the live show. First time in a long time that I've been back on live streaming. It's different now for sure, but it was episode 65. So I've done 65 live shows, probably a little bit more than that, honestly, but 65 that I can definitely remember. So number 66 is coming up next week.
Wow.
I'd love to tell you that I would know exactly what I'm talking about, but I have no idea.
That's
We know our people.
No, that's everything is super planned out here. How do you not know what you're doing? Like this is meticulously planned out and executed. This is not like slapshod thrown together at the last second.
This is always effortless and
easy.
smooth sailing.
Yeah, this is the lady that came down like 5 minutes ago.
No, I don't set anything up. That's why it's effortless.
You should definitely not know that the table that my laptop is currently on is a laptop that folds up and goes back in the closet. I totally have an always up studio for live streaming.
So I got to ask you, your image quality looks fantastic. Like, I love what you got going on. So can you run us through what your setup is?
I can. So I am live streaming everything right now through a Canon T7i. As you would know, a fairly old Rebel camera. It has I'm going to get this wrong, Yongnuo 35 millimeter fixed focal length. It's like a $94 lens on Amazon. And yeah, this is the image quality. I honestly cannot believe how great the image quality is on this particular setup. I filmed it just like this for my live show. I've filmed a few others. I started using the 50 millimeter, the Nifty 50, when I do my individual like review videos. I want an EOS R, and I want those things because like I know how much better those probably are. But I was like, you know what? This isn't terrible. I got that like a little creamy background behind me going. I kind of like it. Honestly, it's a pretty cheap setup. I think you can get a T7i for probably like $500-600 now, and the lens for $95. So not a crazy setup.
No, I think it looks amazing. Like
yeah,
I've seen a lot of, I do a lot of cameras. I deal with a lot of cameras. And I gotta say, I like how yours looks better than how mine looked prior to setting up like the background I've gotten here with the seamless paper. I think yours looks really sharp. And what I like is, and hopefully everybody's able to understand, is when he's talking about like the cameras he's using, like he's not, I mean, yes, in maybe a non-hobby sense of the word, it is a lot of money. But when it comes to cameras, it's really not like you can get awesome quality for not like ridiculous. You don't have to do things like some of us. I'm not naming any names or pointing any fingers. But you don't have to go like all crazy. You can get really good cameras like that. Hold on 1 second. We've got Mike,
like a lot of times I get the
Mike Putapa.
No, go for it.
$9.99. Why am I doing this? No clue. You've cost me a lot of money. Osmo Pocket, Osmo Action Arcs 100 Mark 7. Thanks. Well, thanks you so much, Mike. Trust me. There's also, we are all spending money here. Nobody's fully innocent in this regards. Not that I just spent a whole bunch of money on this live stream.
Live.
Live to hold on. I got to continue the payment.
What's really funny is the idea is like I went through a time where microphones were basically my version of your camera.
Oh, you went through a ton of them. Lavaliers and booms and arms. Oh my.
I went the opposite. I was like, I need to get like the best mobile setup I can possibly get. I want to be able to switch between filming on a smartphone and filming on the T7i. I was like, I figured this out. So I would go out and get like Saramonic wireless, and then I would go out and get the Sony wireless, and then I would go get what I'm now rocking with my Rode Wireless Go, and I'm like, okay, cool. And then I don't have to get the Rode Lav Go, but I did because like audio's like that thing. Like image quality, not so much for me. Like I will totally take what I got, and I love the image quality that I get, but like my audio has to be right, or that's like Oh,
Gets your
yeah.
gears.
Oh no, I totally.
Yeah,
I
it gets
totally
me
get
every time. So yeah, that's kind of my thing. Other than that, the image quality. I've made this statement before, and I know that Gary and we talked about it on Twitter. Was like, I'm going to get rid of my DSLR and just film with nothing but phones, as I sit here filming through with a DSLR. So, yeah.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do. You got to do what you got to do. So, hold on. I see Coalition Gaming. Thanks for joining us. I see some questions. Yeah, if you have questions, please do the the ats, because it's really hard to see if you're asking a question and it's like buried under all the other questions. I see Big Radio Network, GH5 or XT3 for blogging and live streaming. If you ask me something versus GH5, chances are the GH5 is gonna win. I have me and the GH5, we're like this.
Is that what we're filming?
That's what we're currently streaming on.
Yeah.
Is the GH5. I really like it. Thomas Garrett, so glad you two are able to stream again. Well, thanks so much, Thomas.
Yeah, good to see you, Thomas.
Really happy. So Scott.
Yes. I was reading some of the comments. Somebody had like "Go Blue," and that's not gonna happen.
Who put that? They gotta go.
Was it Woe Chris? Is
No,
okay.
Woe Chris is Pennsylvania.
Read about that life. Also,
Chris is getting back onto my good side.
You leave him alone.
Okay, let's also not talk about like somebody mentioned something about I was rooting for Clemson over Ohio State.
Oh,
that was questionable at best. I'm gonna leave it there. It was
there were
questionable.
some calls, and then that last throw.
Olave went the wrong way.
I know. I was like, oh
You
no.
You feel for the kid. He had him too.
That quarterback had to feel terrible too. Like.
Yes, I also watched the sports ball and know exactly what you're talking about. This is the one with the ice, right?
No. The football.
This is the round ball with the square bat.
Right. Yep. I got it.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Oh, I watched it for sure. I was like, oh my gosh. Speaking of, I'm going to come to spring game, so plan on it.
Ooh, great time. Love spring.
Right. I think it'd be a good time to meet up.
I
will donate for that. Go Blue. Nope, we won't.
So I'm seeing a Go Blue and a We Are. Y'all are behind Ohio State.
Okay, just saying.
That's what y'all are.
Just saying.
Mm-hmm.
Man, you guys are getting very like. There's some combativeness with the chat today.
Look, I'm
chat.
all about
I'm on
Big
your
Ten
side.
when they're
chat.
playing
Everybody
SEC.
in the chat. I'm on. Well, except the blue comments. I can't get behind that.
Okay.
Iris Kincaid, $1.99 for sports. Sports ball.
I mean, you are wearing the hat. Just saying.
Austin Hewlett, give Chris a standing ovation. Chris, just very recently, has gotten off of my. He's the one that threw me under the bus.
Look, he likes the green chairs,
throwing.
so he's on Team Kelly. Is all I'm
saying.
saying.
These green chairs. It doesn't make it any better being on this side of the green chairs.
Scott, I think you need some statement furniture for your live stream.
Would you like two green chairs?
No.
I've got two green chairs.
These are ours.
No, I have red chairs that make noise. Can you guys hear that?
Yeah. They have opinions.
Yeah, you totally can. They have a lot of opinions. They're red. Red's my favorite color. I love everything red, and so I have these big red chairs. But the problem is I don't set my camera far enough away in order to see my whole body, because there's a lot of me that I like to hide. Did I make that weird?
Well, Chris, $5. Go Penn State and Villanova. I'll say, look, I don't mind Penn State. If it's the only time I won't root for Penn State is when it's Ohio State versus Penn State. I've got no problems with Penn State.
I hope they beat Bama also, if they ever should make it that far.
Tesla FPV 4K versus Zcam Z2. I mean, I've never used the Z2. I've used the E2. I don't know. I really like the Pocket 4K though. Like this, for the price of this, you get a lot out of it, which is pretty nice. Even for the GH5 to get really good audio, to get really good XLR audio, you've got to buy the adapter to go on top of it. For this, I only had to spend $13 on a little cable to plug into the mini XLR. So I really liked it.
So CES happened, you guys may have heard of it.
We talked about
Did.
CES last week. We talked about things that I was excited for. Scott, if you've had a chance to see some of the coverage, some of the things, what most excited you out of CES?
The most exciting thing for me was, so Google announced, so I'm a big Google person. That's just the way that it is. Siri is not nearly as smart as the Google Assistant. The Google Assistant,
Shots fired.
far and away, not even close in terms of that. But Google made some updates where they were specifically talking about these 6 things that the Google Assistant is going to get. And Furman, I was like, oh, if you do this thing, it's completely game changing, automatic, and I love it. It's the ability eventually, if you're saying hey, maybe I'm getting ready for work in the morning and I want to read this article, you can say, hey, keyword, or what would be the big G, hey, G, read this article, and it will read the page to you as the assistant, basically like a podcast, so you can capture the article while you're doing something else, say you couldn't read it at the moment. And that to me is bananas, amazing, absolutely love it. Probably the biggest other second takeaway from CES was this really big key on data privacy. See, I mentioned 2 things that have absolutely nothing to do with tech that to me were the most exciting parts about it. Yeah, you got foldable phones and you got toilets that have Alexa, which that's weird to me.
Oh.
Thing where toilets, a lot of their features, you can ask Alexa and it will turn your water on and off. They actually have a shower head with Alexa in it.
Because why not?
Because not only can well, I'll let it go.
Yeah, again,
just seems invasive.
I have a speaker in the shower. Maybe that's weird, but I have a speaker in the shower to listen to podcasts. Is that weird?
No, I mean, weird? But I don't know. No, because I like to listen to music in the shower.
But do you have a speaker in the shower though?
No.
See, I actually have a little mini speaker that's the size of a can that goes in the shower.
Oh man. But does Alexa have a video camera? Is she watching you?
No, that
would
would
just
really
audio,
weird.
A microphone or something.
I don't know. You know how they are.
Yeah,
They're
it is.
listening right now.
Yeah,
they're always listening.
They're always listening is right.
Technically, they're always listening. Don't worry, I'm going to mention something golf clubs, brand new golf clubs. I love golf. Now, I want to know if any of your devices will pick up on that.
I'm sure it will, because my Facebook will show me 400 camera things.
I want to know if somebody's going to get a targeted ad for golf.
We'll have to.
Let me see right now.
We'll see.
How long do you think it takes for the targeted ad to arrive?
Minutes. Literal minutes.
Okay, I'm refreshing my Facebook.
Whoa, and that just went everywhere.
Party foul.
So what's your guys' favorite thing from CES?
Today's the day that just keeps
favorite thing
ending.
from CES?
Yeah.
What's yours?
I don't know.
Did you even look?
Probably anything that helps keep my house clean.
Anything. So
because
nothing
I live
specific?
with
nothing
people.
Specific?
Nothing specific. Well, I still want a Roomba or a mop thing and a vacuum thing.
So my favorite thing from CES.
I know you do. I'm come on.
Yeah, 2 Roombas and 2 little mops.
Oh yes, Bill Utah. Thanks for reminding us that we are not. Whoop, that one's empty. That we are not the non-sponsor of today. We've got the cheap stuff today. The non-sponsor of today's video is definitely.
You can't have it all. You can either have the cameras or the Coke. Which one do you want?
Come on. Cheapo, the caffeine. That if I could just if we could set up an IV with caffeine, that's what we would do for the live streams.
Next year, CES.
So my favorite thing from CES was the Canon 1DX Mark III.
Okay.
Which is I don't necessarily. It's not necessarily a camera built for me because it's a gigantic. What the 1DX line is for pro sports photographers or pro nature photographers that are trying to take a picture of a bird as it's
okay.
Or as somebody's running or skiing or something. However, the 1DX Mark III does a few new things. It's a full frame camera that shoots 4K, shoots 5.6K RAW,
Ooh.
And it's basically a monster video camera. It's got C-Log 3.
Okay.
And I believe it also, besides the RAW, I think it does the 10-bit recording too, which gives you a little more flexibility in post to grade, which is, I mean, so the camera costs.
Well, Chris, how much does it cost?
Are you gonna get one?
Am I gonna get one? Is a, I mean, that's such an open-ended question.
Are you? It's a when.
That's
are
just
you?
such a.
No,
You
it's
think
coming.
it's a when?
I don't think it's a when today. Like right now, I don't think it's a win because it's $6,500.
Okay, but what about the one that was just here?
Well, that one wasn't that expensive.
That was like the cousin of. It was only like $500
that one wasn't that expensive.
less.
And it had a like a flip screen.
Okay, so I see you sweating.
But the 1DX Mark III has it does have the dual pixel autofocus, but it doesn't have the flip screen.
You're trying to talk yourself out of it, but you're getting it.
You have an external monitor. You don't need a flip screen.
Yeah, but I'm trying to move away from having like junk set up in the studio. So what I really liked about the GH5 is I turn it on, I pair it to the app. That's it. I hit record. I start going. And what I like that about the S1H, the Blackmagic, the Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, the app it's all right, but it only works through Bluetooth. It doesn't work through Wi-Fi, so you get no live view. And with the official Blackmagic app that you get on the iPad, it also doesn't do focus. So you have to set your focus before sitting down, which is kind of a pain. But when you turn it on, it remembers your focus. Like when you turn off the GH5 and then turn it back on, I don't know where it focuses, but it doesn't focus where I last had it. And so if I got the 1DX Mark III, I would have to turn it on, turn on a monitor, and kind of the same thing that I'm doing with the A7 III over here.
Oh, God.
I think so. Here's what I think.
Well, ask Scott what he thinks.
Scott, what do you think? I have been talking too much.
No, dude, this is your show. I am just here to enjoy it. I think you should. Okay, I'm gonna talk out of both sides of my mouth. Ready? I think you should get it. I do think it's going to make the getting videos going a little more clunky, personally. But if you use that for things like all of your A-roll, all of your live shows, I could see the justification of something like that.
I could also see the justification for something like that.
I've surrendered to the fact that it's probably going to happen. It's probably going to show up here.
However, and here's where the other side of me is going to talk. I think another thing that you could do is you could just not get that. You could take and get another Blackmagic, another A7 III that you have up there, have multi-camera angles, get a Rodecaster Pro, and then bam, you have multi-camera, multi-mic, completely baller system for probably still less than the cost of that new Mark III. Probably.
Okay, well, we need that.
Well, so that is what one of the things that I wanted to do was to have the main camera like right here for this shot, and then get two individual cameras so we can do like the close-ups with the A10 Mini that I'm planning on getting. That's one of the things that I'm planning. So I do agree, but I think one of the things that I'm planning on doing is I want to use, and this is if everything works, if I can get everything to work well, I think for the talking head parts of my videos in the studio, I will be using the Blackmagic 4K because I do really like the ProRes edits so easily on my computer. It really speeds up the editing process. For live streaming, what would I use? Probably, if I can figure out how to get the darn signal to work, I would also use this. But then for stills, okay, so I'm putting some eggs in the Sony will eventually release the A7S III basket.
Oh.
So I would like to go to Sony for video, but I don't like using the A7 III for video at all. Like I tried setting up the A7 III to do this live stream, and that micro HDMI port on it, garbage.
Why do they use micro? What an awful idea. Like I'm rocking the T7i and it is not micro and it works flawlessly. How does Sony still use that? Why is that a thing?
I don't know. It's Sony. Fuji also does it, so we can't let Fuji off the hook. Canon has moved to mini HDMI. Panasonic uses full on all of their new cameras. Nikon uses mini. Hold on, Jay Walt, $5. I'm a teacher who travels abroad with students. What's a budget small footprint to make good trip videos with? Hero 8, M100, M50 with 22 millimeter. Thanks so much. What would I?
You're a teacher, so it's got to be
I
quick,
would probably
durable,
go with
waterproof.
I would probably go with the M50 with the kit lens and the 22 millimeter, just because you'll probably also want to take photos, and the M50 will do much better photos than the GoPro would. Now, if you seriously only want to do video and you're maybe concerned that the camera will get broken, I'd go with the GoPro, but you're probably going to want to do photo and video, I would guess, and then I would go with the M50.
M50. Got it.
Paul says the A7S III will be the size of the GH5. I'd be okay with that. Like, having used the S1H for the last month-ish, so long as it's not that big, I'm okay with it. That camera was gigantic, and the lenses were gigantic.
It was heavy.
It was heavy, and it was a pain in the butt. Pain in the butt. Sled Boss Productions, GoPro Hero 8 stabilization compared to the GH5 IBIS. No, they're two different. They're two different things.
Scott, have you used a lot of cameras?
I have.
Do you have opinions on these all as well?
So I've used some cameras, and I've been around people who use a lot of cameras. That Blackmagic one that you have, I'm extremely jealous of that camera. I have seen what that thing can do. There's another guy here in Columbus, Ohio. His name is Michael Tobin. His initial, focus.
I think I've heard him.
I think it's initial focus on Twitter. I went golfing with some other YouTubers, and he came along and he filmed. And I'm telling you, what I saw out of that camera, holy crap! There is so much you can do with the camera. I basically broke the internet when it actually was like, oh, it's only so many $1,200 or whatever it is. And then the brand new one that does 6K is like $2,500. It completely broke the internet. Now, granted, there's still a lot of other things you have to get, like glass and an external monitor and yada, yada, yada. But I mean, if you can get that thing for a live stream, you're going to look super crispy. You're going to look amazing. So I would go with the Blackmagic personally. Going back, I know that one question was like, hey, do you want to do an M50 with a kit lens or a Hero 8, depending on what you're doing? I would argue you should get a smartphone.
We'll see.
And use an iPhone.
I agree. And that's generally where, so ever since getting the iPhone 11, this is not the Pro, this is just the regular iPhone 11. I would agree. This has kind of turned into like my travel camera. Like I use the big cameras for like YouTube stuff. But for basically everything else, I just use it. I love, like, this is one of the best cameras I've ever had in my life.
Yeah. I'm not an iPhone person because I use a Google Pixel 4 XL, but I even have an iPhone 11 Pro Max, and it is incredible. I love them, by the way. I love that case. I wish I had the orange one. I have the white one. I love Panda, but the orange is awesome.
We could probably. I'll send this to you. Like I never used the case.
Dude, if you send, I swear to God, I'll take it.
Yeah, we'll send.
I swear to God.
What's the hype about the orange?
I don't know.
The orange is the first time they've ever done a color that's not like black or white.
It feels nice too.
They did a blue, like a only blue or a little blue or whatever, but the orange is just
popping.
I love it. It's spicy.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's awesome.
We'll send you the case. No,
dude, awesome, dude. I gotta send you stuff.
It's brand new.
Well, it's not brand new, but I never use it.
I mean,
iPhone cases.
No, I use this. I've just got the crappy one that you buy at the. It's not crappy, but the official rubber one. Just
it's weird.
I haven't dropped it. Hold on, somebody. Where Brad Fogel, the Everyday Dad. Imagine the A7S III 4 having Venice colors. I know. Like I've been watching a whole bunch of videos about the Sony FX9. Like I've really considered getting the FX9. Which is their new like mid-range, like working level cinema camera. The colors on that thing they're nuts. Like they're nuts.
Blowing your mind.
That's half the reason I've considered it, and it's a reasonably priced camera that makes sense.
It's budget friendly.
It's very budget friendly, depending on your budget. Chris, I'll just ask Chris to mind his P's and Q's. Well,
Ooh.
my hand just happens to be going by the ban Chris from the live stream button.
You leave him alone.
And so yeah, the new Sony color signs from their Venice line. As soon as a consumer camera comes out with it, I will absolutely buy it. Like I'll pre-order the second it comes out.
All right.
See, I'm now becoming the guy like where you go and buy like full cameras and things like that. I'm now trying to figure out how to make like my mobile devices, the Pixel and the iPhone, like crazy DSLR level. So Beast Cage.
Grip.
I don't know, Beast Cage, I think it's called. They have that big cage where you can put your phone in it and take like slap on moment lenses and things like that.
Oh,
They have this
yeah,
adapter
yeah.
called.
I've seen that.
That's how I started.
Yeah.
The channel.
They have this adapter called the DOF V2, where you can effectively use like EF mount glass. The phone is kind of like the camera unit, and I have been trying to like justify in my head this like $250 adapter just to see like what would it look like if I was using like the guts of a phone, but the glass of like a nifty 50. What would that be?
Oh.
That'd be pretty nice.
So
Maybe we
I'm
should
super
try
close
that.
to saying like, what would that be like? That's where I'm at. That's where I spend all my money and microphones.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
glass and microphones for you, cameras, and
All sorts of dumb
everything else
stuff.
here.
I bought an Apple Watch today.
Again, this is like your third one.
Well, because they update, and so I had
Series 5?
Yes, the 5.
Yes.
Well,
Guess what
so-
series this is? Just guess.
So I had the 3.
If you see these chairs, you know what series this watch is.
So I had the 3, but then I went to Condo this year. Sony flew me out to Condo, but for some reason, when I got to the airport, I made the mistake of trying to update it, but my phone was on the crappy airport Wi-Fi, so
Warning.
I tried canceling it, which meant it unpaired my watch from the phone, but the phone thought that the watch needed an update, and it got stuck in this cycle where it just wouldn't work. So I haven't had an Apple Watch since, was that September?
I don't know.
It was like September. I haven't had it. So I was like, it's time. I'm sick of using...
A regular watch.
Yeah, I'm sick of using a regular watch.
How could this be?
You know,
What are you
I'm
doing?
sick of nothing.
Why did you do that?
I'm doing nothing, but I'll tell you what, that ban Chris button just got way hotter.
You leave him alone. He's my money management.
Wait,
Truth teller.
what happened here? I'm actually going to go check and see what happened.
Nothing happened.
So
Nothing happened.
somebody was trying to be all like, oh no, it's just like a little bit of money here and there for this and such and
It's
such.
budget. It's budget friendly.
And Will Chris shows up with the facts. And so now I'm like, hey, Will Chris, fact check this. Because I suspect you're not being fully truthful.
I didn't say how much it was.
You didn't, but I made sure.
Okay,
Will
so hey,
Chris did.
hold on, real quick. So I'm gonna do something that will
No, leave it alone.
hopefully let us extend the life of the live stream. But so if we go off the air,
What do you mean?
we'll be right back.
Why are you doing this?
Because the battery's about to die. You see the
All
red
these
flashing?
battery chargers.
The whole point is to
and
not.
no
I am so
battery.
looking forward to seeing what happens.
I mean,
Oh God, here we go. Let's do this.
look, it's
We'll do it
finally
live.
looking good, right?
All right, here we go. 3,
God.
2.
No,
Oh, here we
don't
go.
do it. Don't
Yes,
do it.
here we go.
It's so abrupt.
Yep. It definitely did a thing. I'm not entirely sure if I'm the only one that's here.
I mean,
Hold on. Are we back?
Oh, I totally am the only one
Are
that's
we
here.
back?
I
think Kelly
know.
might be back.
Only
Yep. Yes.
We're not
it's only
back.
just us.
This
and-
is the everyday dad and wife that are on a live stream on Saturday evening. Gary's coming back to the chair, and I'm gonna pass the show back to the everyday.
Are we back?
No, he's there himself.
He's really.
He really was.
But
He
we're back
really
now,
was.
right?
Back to the studio, camera A. Back to the studio, Gary. Take it away.
Did it work?
Please tell me in your future you'll be one of those like in studio announcers. You have the voice for it.
I would love to.
This
That
is
would
the
be so
battery.
fun.
Totally, like if people.
This is the battery that just died that was in the battery grip.
You should do it, Scott. That was quick thinking.
I would totally do it. I would like if you guys need me to do that. I will be the filler. I'll give you a weather forecast, traffic updates,
Yes.
and then pass it back to the studio. You get like I can get you plenty 30, 45 seconds worth of just dead airspace. Perfect.
That was
I
just
got you.
perfect. That was like slick. It was as if we planned it.
It's almost as if we planned it.
Yeah, but we didn't. And you know what? Scott made it look like we did.
Thank you, Scott, for covering for us. Because if you've never used a GH5, you have the battery grip, which gives you a little bit longer. But when the battery switches over, when the battery grip's battery dies, the camera resets. So I had to pull it out, and that caused the camera to reset. But we're back here. Kyle Hawkins, you've asked this a few times. I haven't gotten a chance to it. Have you used the 42 millimeter or the 42.5 1.7 from Panasonic? I haven't used it. I've considered buying it. Now that I've got this background set up over here, I want to start doing like some headshots. And the 82 or the 42.5 is the 85 millimeter equivalent for the Lumix cameras, which is a good focal length for that.
Great.
So Scott, we've got a couple more minutes with you. Is there something you'd like to plug before we call it?
Share with us. Like, yeah, where's your channel?
We've already talked about your stream. Everybody should check out his stream on Wednesday nights. Great time.
8 o'clock.
8 o'clock
Eastern. Go out and check the channel.
Check the channel.
Go out and check the channel. 8 p.m. Eastern time on
Can you type in his channel?
If you're into like just kind of tech, if you're into just tech in general, kind of like more consumer electronics type things like smartphones and microphones and things of that nature, I have a little bit of flavor of everything. I am a Google, people will say like, oh, you're a Google fanboy, but I have a MacBook Pro and an iPhone and a Pixel, so I can't really say that I'm those things. I'm an equal opportunity lover of all tech. So yeah, that's me. If you're looking to just kind of understand and learn things about consumer tech, that is the space by which I live.
Nice. So this, for those that are watching, I generally will delete these streams when we're done, but then I'll re-upload them to the TED Live, and I'll put a link to Scott's channel in the description of that video. So definitely go check him out. Scott, it was great talking to you again.
Oh, are you just going like that?
It was what?
Oh, are we done now?
Well, we've got like 10 more minutes.
Okay,
so
just a second.
Go ahead.
Just a sec. You just never asked me. You just do what you want to do, like as if it's your
It's
YouTube
almost
channel.
like it's my show. I'm
So
sorry.
annoying.
I'm sorry. The everyday channel runner.
Okay. Right. I don't do any tech support. I'm just here for the chat. Okay, that's what I'm here for. Perfect. So okay, I do want to tell you, Scott, you had a really nice fundraiser for Greg, who was your very best friend and your co-host on your show.
Yes.
And you put together with Homage the T-shirts, the Ohio State T-shirts. So for our fellow fans in the chat, on your channel, if they click over there, they can see that the link there to purchase the shirts. Ours should be coming very soon.
So just for the folks that are kind of a little bit of a backstory and don't want to like hijack anything like that.
Please, no, you're not. I did. You can.
Back early, so April of last year, you'll notice there was another creator that was on our channel. His name was Greg. He had a glorious beard. He was my best friend. We did stuff like that. Our families, were extremely close. Unfortunately, he passed away. You mentioned Homage, the shirt company. Homage, they created a shirt, one of the shirts that Greg brought one of his kids home from the hospital in. They brought that shirt back into kind of recirculation. So if you go to homage.com/Greg, you can see the video series that they put out for him. It was really, really awesome. The founder from Homage reached out to my wife and I, and it was just an incredible situation. It was crazy. So a great guy. We always joked, like, we thought this really cool idea of, wouldn't it be awesome to like just basically take our two families and mush them together. So while Greg is gone, December 7th of last year, so not more than just a little bit a month ago, we did that. So I now live in a house with 7 children running around and 3 dogs and my wife and Greg's wife and then myself, and it's chaos and awesome all rolled into one.
Gosh, that's amazing. Like, I don't know if there's anyone more selfless than you to do that. Like, wow.
Oh man, he would have done it for me. Like everybody, a lot of people make those comments. Like, to me, like, it's just
because we can't imagine like the undertaking of thing, and to increase your household double, but with some really special people in your life. So
Yeah.
Gosh, we definitely miss Greg.
Yeah. I miss Greg every day. Yep, that is 100% sure. But the idea is like we're going to keep on keeping on. This is what we're doing. We're going to fill the world full of positivity and kindness. That's what we do.
Yeah.
That's how you make a difference. So that's the big thing that I've learned in the last year or so is like, I'm going to wake up every day and make a positive impact in one person's life every day. And if you think about it, like on this live stream, we've had, 60, 70, almost 100 people that we've literally made giggle at one point or another. So we did our job today.
So effortless.
It's like
absolutely,
it's like it all works.
Completely effortless.
It's like nothing wrong happened.
No,
everything worked well.
It was perfect.
And
that's a beautiful testament for Greg, just to make the world a better place every single day. So, thank you for that.
100%.
I think you're rocking it.
Of course.
We're so glad to know you. We love our Ohio people, and it's so funny how YouTube brings people together.
That's very true.
It's going to be fun. Like one thing that I really want to do this year, in terms of 2020, is like I'm bringing back the live shows, but I'm hoping that you guys will come onto the show once I can also figure out the audio thing.
I don't know anyone you could ask.
Once I figure out that particular part, I want to collaborate with I talked about it before, but I reached out and started collaborating with so many different people. But I want to do the live shows that way. There's just so many great stuff out there. So let's do it. Let's get crazy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, hey Scott, we
Why
really
always wrapping it up?
We really appreciate you coming on. So we absolutely just shoot me a note, and we will. I'd love to. I know Kelly would love to be on, so just let us know, and we will absolutely join your show.
100%.
Yeah, please. We love it.
Thanks so much.
Thank you so much
have a great rest of your evening, Scott. You've got a crispy live stream. I'm very impressed.
Yes. Thank you very much. I'll take that.
Absolutely. All right, Scott. We will see you next time.
All right, thanks, guys.
Bye. Good night.
Hold on, now we gotta swap over back.
Now what are you doing? And again, everybody, thank you for being here. It's only as fun as the people that share it with us.
Okay, so we haven't had a chance to do a lot of the Q&A stuff today. So we will do another 10-15 minutes of questions. So if you have a question, do at the Everyday Dad or at Wonder Wife, and we will have a chance to
this is on there.
Yeah, it's not going to be there anymore.
Okay.
It just took a second, between the, it's not there.
Okay. Excellent. Yes, you guys, it's just been quite an adventure. And like we said before, I cannot believe 3 years ago you started this channel.
I cannot believe it either.
No, definitely. From the ground up to where you are now, it's just been phenomenal. And like I said, I'm here for the people. It's weird to me to look still at a camera. I know you're probably salivating over all the specs, and I'm just where's the people? So it's been something else for sure.
Connor Hunter, Everyday Dad, have you seen the rumored XT4 specs? I've heard that the rumored specs were out there. I haven't seen them just because the XT3 just came out. So I'd be very surprised if Fuji were to come out with an XT4 so quick. Brad Hendo, thoughts on jumping to the A6400 from the Sony RX100 Mark V. It will be a little bit bigger of a camera, but it will have much better autofocus, much better 4K. It won't overheat. You can do 4K for longer than 10 minutes at a time. I'm a really big fan of the A6400. Tony Tingo, $10, number one fan. Well, thanks so much. What is that? That's cool.
It's Trony Tigno.
Okay, but what is that?
It's a little...
Is that a sticker?
It looks like a pear.
That looks awesome.
It's a pear.
Well, no, I mean,
I've never seen anyone do that.
Animated like that before. That looks really cool. Well, thanks so much, Tony. We really appreciate it. Big Radio Network. How do I like the Series 5? Oh, the watch? I mean, I've only had it for
a day,
4 hours now. So I haven't had it. I'm going to take it for a short run tomorrow. That's the whole reason I have this is I like using these as my fitness watches because it does heart rate and everything built right into it. The Series 3 was the last one I had. It wasn't that good for heart rate tracking. I've heard the Series 5 is really good. I already went for my run today because obviously it's 10 o'clock at night. But I really like the new watch face. This watch face.
It's a thing.
I don't think you can see it, but I really like that watch face.
It's modular. Is it just called modular?
Brad Fogel, $4.99. Keep it up.
Yeah, it is
I like those things.
It's a beach, which is quite Coincidental, because Scott Peachy. There you go. And there you go.
Or a pear.
I think it's a peach or a pear. I don't know.
What happened to the audio? It's all echoey now. Hold on. There, that should have fixed the echoey audio.
All right,
hopefully.
good thing you know what you're doing.
Yeah, after all of the stuff that's just gone. So well, we won't because we bought a Rodecaster Pro while on
That's
the stream.
what's coming.
That's what's coming. We got some pod mics coming.
Can I take this out of my ear?
Yeah, we can. You can. We got some pod mics coming.
Cool.
So we will have much better audio. Everything will be different next week. Dad Talks Tech. Have I seen the US Mark II rumored specs? I haven't. Wait.
Have you seen about the
the
Sony
US
car?
Mark. That was I saw that there was a rumor, but it was the CR1, which means you can't. I mean that you just when they say CR1, that's like somebody once said that this could do that. Like there's no basis in that at all. Oh well, thanks so much, Brad. Yeah, so it is a
Those
sticker.
are cute.
It is a sticker.
I like that. Look, there's another one. Those are awesome.
Oh, Kokui Films $4.99. Keep it up. Those
I
are
like
really.
it. Those are very motivational.
I haven't had a chance to. It's echoing again.
Oh, sorry, you guys.
What?
It says echo, echo, echo.
Hold on.
Oh no.
Okay, that should
And
have
if Bill
fixed
says it,
Hold on. No, what's happening
echo
is.
was fixed and is now even worse.
So what happened is.
Oh, because we took those off.
Because we took these off, it screwed up. So the echo should be fixed now. Which again, all of this will be fixed next week.
Is it good? Is it better? I'm sorry. Sounds better. Everybody?
It should be fine.
And
Because what
it's
happened is we had
fixed.
4 channels of audio separately.
Are the earpods on? You turn them off?
They're fine.
Because it sounds like 2 mics, they said.
I know, and it's fixed.
Is it?
Yes.
You sound like a truck driver.
Carson, happy birthday. I hope you have a great birthday today.
Oh, it's a birthday? Happy birthday. All right,
Yeah.
it does say it's fixed.
It is some of those things, right?
That is wonderful.
Yeah. Whoa, Chris. I love how Ted is always 3 steps forward on video and half a step back on audio. That's I should have yelled action. Mark's right.
What's going on?
Hold on.
What's wrong?
Nothing.
Okay.
Action, 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 action. There, that should have been a lot of echoes for a second.
Intentional echoing. Penalty.
Whoa, Chris.
Did you record the stream? Oh, funny.
You're
you should
asking.
ask.
You're asking an hour into it, Chris. I did.
You should have. You should have asked initially,
I forgot until Scott came on. I forgot to record until Scott came on.
Which was kind of perfect. So it all worked out.
Photo Gear Fun, you were thrown down for the... Yeah, I just bought an A10 Mini, and I bought the Rodecaster Pro so that we can fix a lot of these problems. Because, like we said, the stream's something we want to do. We want to get back into it. But if we're going to do it, I'd like to smooth out a lot of these problems. And that's why the S1H had to go back so we could fund some of these extra stuff.
Hey, so here's a question from Doc. He says, I dare Gary to do a budget live stream using a webcam and 2 USB desk mics.
I have a USB desk mic over there.
We could totally do it.
I mean, you want to see that? Go back to our original live streams. That's what that was.
Wait, but
done
are
on.
they anywhere for them to find them all?
I think some.
No,
of
I
them
think you
are.
archived them.
I think some of them are still
You probably
there.
should spend some time loading all of them onto the TED Live channel.
That would take way longer than
Yeah,
I've
because how
currently
many
got.
live streams have we done?
Hold on, I'm looking right now.
I mean,
do think
it was like 2 years every Saturday.
I get it.
So at least 100-ish?
Hold on. It's
Something
not 100-ish,
like that.
But I do think they're... Hold on. Sort by...
Archive?
Oldest.
Let's see.
I think they're on here. Yeah, there's still some on here. And it'll show you basically all that stuff. Like, there's one... I'm looking at the Everyday Dad live stream from 2 years ago. The thumbnail was me doing this.
Embarrassing. That's how he dances, too.
I think it was with this same hat. I think it is the same hat.
I think it
like-
is. When you
That
have a
is how I
favorite, you have a
dance.
favorite.
That's how I dance. Breaking out the thumbs. Breaking out the
There's
thumbs.
got to be some redeeming qualities, right?
Yeah. I know, right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Did you do a review? I did. The new Sony flew me out to the announcing the A6600, which also coincided with the 16 to 55 2.8, and so I do have a video talking about those. I've got a production model of the A6600 in now that we will start talking about because those were all pre-production models. Now that we've got a production, I've got the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema Camera 4K, the Z50, and the A6600. I think we'll start off with the Z50 because that's going to be an easier consumer level camera to talk about than like this monster. And then the A6600 I've already kind of talked about, so we'll follow up with that. But I think the Z50 is going to be the next thing that we start talking about.
Okay.
Kyle Hawkins, I wanted to thank you as you were one of my main influences for me purchasing the G85, and I absolutely love it for photo and video. Yeah, it's awesome. The G85 is an amazing camera, and it is very, very reasonably priced, especially now that the G95 is out.
I'm glad you like it, Kai. Let's see. People are asking, do you think you'll do any more reviews of drones?
No.
No, really?
Well, my 107 has lapsed.
Okay, that was a question.
So I'm not a Part 107 certified pilot anymore. And it just, anytime I see something about drones, it just seems like they're getting more and more stringent. It's just getting, like, the fun's kind of being, like, squeezed out of it. So I don't know. Like, the whole point with the drones was just, hey, it's fun to fly around. And then, you know, we moved. I kind of broke that chain for almost 2 years of making drone content. And now when I see drones come out, it's just like, it's such a, I would like to, but maybe when all of the regulations are like set and good.
Okay.
Alicia Keller, I don't have any kind of like merch. I'm currently working with a designer to kind of like revamp the logo, revamp kind of the graphics. And after we do that, we'll probably come out with some t-shirts or something.
Yes, definitely. We'd love to be able to send stuff out, and if you want to purchase, you're welcome to. That would be fun.
I would like to sound treat the area, but it will be fine when we get the new microphones in. We'll have the dynamic microphone, so we won't. It's just because we're trying to do everything on this mic, and this mic is designed to be like boomed right over your face and not really meant to do this. So next week it'll be much better. It'll be much better. And whoa, Chris, I was looking at the SM7B, but it was just a little too much for the live stream. And since I think the pod mic works with the Rodecaster Pro, so hopefully we'll get maybe not the same as the 7B, but we can save some of the money off of it. Okay, so
Brad, it would be. He said it'd be illegal to knock off Ohio State. I wonder if we could like hide a secret black O in it.
Maybe.
That everyday dad. No, there's no O's in your name.
So
good night, Thomas.
We are going to call it an evening there. So we'll see everybody next Saturday, where the audio and the video will be fixed, and there will be no headaches, and life will be much better. Because now I'm exhausted, and I am going to bed because this live stream, setting it up,
it was easy.
It was so
I don't know
easy.
why you're complaining
so
about
easy,
it.
right? Well, thanks for joining us, everybody. We really appreciate it. We love seeing you guys. We will catch you next week. Do you have any final words?
What do I owe this opportunity to? Holy cannoli. Yes. Just again, want to thank Scott for being on, encouraging all creators out there to just carry on, whatever your passion. You didn't! Did you?
I didn't.
Good thing I didn't use any four-letter words.
We're gonna save that. Clip's going on Twitter.
Ooh! I can't believe you did that. I really thought you did.
I didn't.
Am I still live?
Yes, you're still live, but this is about to die, so you got like seconds.
Thank you, everybody, for being here. Ooh!
Have a great evening, everybody.